Good afternoon, everybody. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division I Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal, and we are here for Super Saturday here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. 4 games for us here today on BSB as we get ready to kick things off here with this one for Rutgers, kicking off the big afternoon. And big day here for us at BSB, our busiest day of the 25-26 season at Breakout Sports Broadcasting. And we kick things off here with the Scarlet Knights here for this one this afternoon as they take on the Farmingdale State College Rams. Set for a great game here in this one today. Rutgers coming in at 5-7-0-1 on the year. Farmingdale 10-4. They have been great so far this season. As we will send it on down to the PA booth, we'll get the starting lineups, national anthem, and then we'll be ready for puck drop here for this one between Rutgers and the Rams. Always a wonderful rendition of the national anthem here for these Rutgers Scarlet Knights games as we get ready for this one. We'll take a quick look at the starters here for both squads. Farmingdale rolling with the 5 of Jacob Kravitz, the 8 of John Crodell, the 44 of Jace Lombardo, the 47 of Tim Duffy, the 83 of Frank Alessi, and in goal, number 33, Brian Cronin. And then the starters for Rutgers: Patrick Haynes, number 10, number 13, Jack Turner, number 15, Alex Seck, number 21, Thomas Hilliard, number 88, Ryan Butchko, and the sophomore of Trey Mattern getting the call in between the pipes as we are ready to rock here for this one, here for the start of the first. Centers getting ready here for the draw to kick off Super Saturday here on BSB. Knights versus Rams, and we are off and running here for the first period. Quickly taken here by Butchko off the draw. He will spring this one deep into the zone. Chasing back goes Alessi. Alessi 6 points so far this season for the Rams, a goal and 5 assists as this is kept in the zone here by the Scarlet Knights. Now flip back out, finds its way to Butchko again, who will send back in. Corralled here by Jacob Kravitz. The Smithtown, New York native sporting the number 5 for Farmingdale. Will lift this right back out as Haynes will go back and collect here for Rutgers. Rutgers pass back, finds Butchko on the feed there from Haynes. He nearly is bumped off the puck. I mentioned the records for both these squads in the pregame. Rutgers 5-7-0-1 and Farmingdale 10-4 on the year. Farmingdale, a ACHA Division II squad. They've been pretty good so far this year. Recently just beat Quinnipiac in back-to-back games, 8-4 and 5-3. Last weekend on the first and second, as down goes a referee as he got tied up with Kata along the board. Seems no worse for wear as Campbell will launch this for Kata. Quickly into the zone. Back to collect this. John Leppert as his pass broken up there. Trying to keep it in was Reagan. Out the other way, here comes Farmingdale. Quickly into the zone. That one's knocked away. On that was Joe Quigley as this finds its way to the end wall. Fitzgibbon will lay back. Reagan back to him here. Lays this one forward. Kata looking for an option. Kata streaking up. Has his pass whacked away as Albrecht launches it to Fitzgibbon. He finds this forward. Reagan flying in. Quick shot. That one went wide of the cage. As this one works back to the blue line, but it's kept in by Rutgers. Kata will send in deep again. Farmingdale. With this one here, they'll get it out to center ice as Houlihan lost an edge. Flying in. Here comes Farmingdale as that one is stopped by Mattern with the blocker. He didn't know where it was as that rebound chance goes wide. That was from the 11 of Del Grosso as he's back on it here. Del Grosso back up to the point. Shot through the traffic there in the slot. Stopped away as it finds its way to Wachnichter. He will send in. One shot on the board so far in favor of Farmingdale. As we are over the 2-minute mark into this game. Houlihan back to get on this behind his own goaltender. Mattern this year has a 1-1 record, a 4.73 GAA as we get a whistle. And he's got an .855 save percentage. As we're going to get a penalty here, a slashing call here on Farmingdale. And Rutgers are going to go to the power play. Big opportunity to take the lead here in this one for the Scarlet Knights. 27% on the man advantage so far this season. On the opposite side of the things for Farmingdale, their PK, 76.7% so far this year. Rutgers looking for their first shot of the game. As we're waiting here on this draw, not sure what it's for. It seems like they're still trying to put the penalty up on the clock here on the scoreboard. Now it finally goes up there. It's at 1:30 right now instead of 2 minutes. Now it finally up there correctly as we are ready to go. Going to the box is Dylan Bridgewood as that quick shot gobbled up there by Brian Cronin. Right off the draw. Only a couple seconds ticked off the clock. Cronin for Farmingdale has a 3-1 record, a 2.25 GAA, and a .936 save percentage as this one goes back up to the point here for Reagan. He fires, glove down. There by Cronin. First shot on goal there for the Scarlet Knights. Here with 17-18 left to go in the first. Once again, thank you for joining us here on BSB. Here for Super Saturday here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. 4 games here for us at BSB today. As this is kept here by Reagan. Haynes across, rebound chance. That one got stopped away as it bounces off the stick of Reagan. This will go all the way back to Mattern, and he will lay off here for Reagan. Connor Reagan, 13 points in 12 games so far this year as Sek will tap this forward. Quickly into the zone, pass sent around, looking for Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon along the boards. Bouncing puck down low to the corner. Goes back to Fitzgibbon along the wall. 1:20 left to go on the man advantage for the Scarlet Knights as Reagan not able to keep that one in. It comes all the way back here for Haynes. Patrick Haynes, the junior from Belford, New Jersey, plays this one across, finds Reagan on the feed. His pass broken up. Lombardo trying to get on it. Breakaway chance. He walks in Mattern with a big time stop. That's a big save there by Trey Mattern. There on Jace Lombardo. Lombardo 16 points so far this year for Farmingdale in 14 games. 9 goals, 7 assists for the Staten Island native. Butchko will corral on this here. Butchko down low. He'll keep this, lays off here for Cotta. 43 seconds left to go on the power play for the Scarlet Knights as they get across the red line. Has it taken by Crodell, and he'll just loft this one down the ice again, back to Mattern. Albrecht, he's chased by Lombardo, has it poked aside though. There by the 2 of Aiden Gorman as Hilliard gets there. Hilliard finds Albrecht, one of the captains for this Rutgers squad. As Albrecht, here with 18 seconds left to go, tried to play to Butchko. They whiffed on the play. As Butchko's going to have to reset as Del Grosso will chase after him. Lays back to Albrecht. Poke back up here. Finds Butchko. Trying to move this one forward. It's tipped into the zone there by Turner, but it got stopped at the blue line and it comes right back out. It's getting rocked there right at the blue line was Hilliard. And we are back to 5-on-5. Good kill there from Farmingdale. Shots 3-2 right now as that one is gobbled up there by Cronin. Here with 15-13 left to go in period number 1. If you're just tuning in, thank you for doing so. We went a little bit early here for this one as the game that was supposed to be before this Rutgers game here on their home rink ended up getting canceled. So we decided to go a little early here for the broadcast. If you're just tuning in, thank you for doing so. 15 minutes left to go in the first as Rutgers takes on Farmingdale here in this one. Smargon will play in. Looks for an option. He sends it wide of the cage. Shots 4-2 right now in favor of the Scarlet Knights as it's lofted back out. Here to the defense for Rutgers. Wachnichter will send this one forward. Dumped into the zone there by Bedard as he'll send that around the wall. Wachnichter along the boards again. Now Smargon with it. Backhand chance. That one is stopped there by Cronin, and he will cover up once again for the whistle. Off that face-off, it goes back up to the blue line. Shot through traffic. That one got steered wide as trying to get on this deep in the corner. The 16 here of Colin Reese. He can't hold on to that one. Comes back out of the zone. Dumped in here by Farmingdale as Mattern was thinking about playing that, but Reagan comes over to help out, and it's picked back up here by Rutgers. Quickly going the other way goes Michael Chang. He'll dump this forward looking for Reese. Couldn't hold on. Collected back by the Rams, and they will get it out of the zone. This is dumped in here, and it'll be called an icing here on Farmingdale. Faceoff will come all the way back into the Farmingdale end. I mentioned Farmingdale's last 2 games earlier against Quinnipiac last weekend. An 8-4, 5-3 win. They're currently on a 3-game win streak. Before those 2 Quinnipiac games, they beat Binghamton 5-2 back on the 25th of October. And for Rutgers, currently on a 2-game losing streak after going to Illinois last weekend. For Halloween weekend, they lost on the 31st 3-0 and then 5-2 on the 1st of November. But won a whole bunch of games straight before that. 2 against RIT, 1 against NYU. As this shot from Butchko sails wide of the cage. Shot's currently 6-2 in favor of Rutgers as jumping on top of that is Brian Cronin again. Face-off won by Fitzgibbon, but it bounces all the way out of the zone. Haynes will have to track this down. Haynes off the wall, looking for Fitzgibbon, bouncing puck. He knocks it forward for Cotta. Has Campbell with him, 2-on-1. Cotta looking, he fires, his shot went wide. Had Campbell on the back door, just couldn't find a pass across. As Campbell's on it now. He tried to find Reagan on the breakout play, but Campbell will get back on it again as he's chased by the Rams. Lombardo all over him, able to knock him off the puck for about a half a second as it's collected here by the Rams. They try to skate it into the zone. That was Duffy who tried to skate in as it's dumped in here by Farmingdale. Connor Reagan. He will keep this here. Trying to spring a pass up, looking for Cotta. Will go all the way back here for Thomas Smith. The Cedarhurst, New York native. Looks for an option here. We'll just play it off to his D partner as Lombardo kicks that one forward, but not out of the zone. Turner trying to find Hilliard on the pass. Just couldn't get it to him as it goes back to Albrecht back out in the neutral zone. Reagan with it again. His dump in was blocked, but he gets it back here in the neutral territory. Looks for some speed to try and get going down the wall. Reagan tried to cut by with a move. Goes back to the hash marks here for Turner. Turner cuts by one, looking behind the cage. Tried to tuck that one in front, just couldn't do it as it's collected by Farmingdale, but not out of the zone. Reagan with a good keep. Pitched lower there by Sek as Turner is sandwiched into the wall, but he's able to keep the puck. Now he gets taken down, collected by the Rams, and they will skate this one out. It bounced off the skate of the referee there as it's stuck right on the bench for Farmingdale as they will dump in. Now Del Grosso will go the other way. Del Grosso fires, kicked aside by Mattern. First shot in a while there for Farmingdale as it's picked up here by Turner and Hilliard. Turner will dump in. He'll go chase after this, looking to try and find a pass as it goes to the corner. Finds its way here to Dylan Bridgewood, who will get it out of the zone. Down went a Rutgers skater hard into the wall. That was Hilliard as we're going to get a penalty here. I think this is going to go on Rutgers. And this will go all the way back to Bedard as he will touch up on it. And it's going to be Hilliard going to the box. It's going to be a roughing call here on Hilliard. The senior from New York will go to the sin bin, 7 points in 13 games for Thomas Hilliard. So he will sit for 2, and now the Rams with a chance here on the man advantage. Their power play sitting at 30.4% so far this year. Rutgers penalty kill, 46.7. It hasn't been great so far this season. Looking to change that here in this one as this shot sent around the wall. Finds its way across here for Farmingdale. Duffy pinching to try and keep this in away from Fitzgibbon, able to do so. Butchko will hound on this here for the Scarlet Knights. Has it pinned up against the wall. Coming over is Lombardo to try and dig it out. He does. Lombardo pass across, looking for an option. Trying to play a pass through, couldn't do so. Got blocked away as it comes out of the zone. And Nolte will pick this one up. He lays a drop pass back. Finds its way to the 72 of Leppert, who tried to play in, taken now by Butchko the other way. Butchko just fires a shot on it. It's kicked aside there by Cronin as it bounces here for the Rams. Bridgewood. He will skate this into the zone. Pulls up. He fires a shot. Mattern will gobble that one up with the glove and hold on for the whistle. Face off to the right here of Trey Mattern. As this one goes back up to the point. Looking for an option here. It's played across to Alessi. Alessi, he lost the handle, but somehow got it down low. Trying to dig that one to the front was Bridgewood as it goes back up to the point. Wachnichter couldn't clear. Looking for a backdoor pass to the backdoor yet again for a third time. Trying to find that one across to Quigley. It wouldn't go as Alessi sends us back to the near side corner. Up to the point, Alessi puts it back in deep again. Finds it to Quigley. He finds Keller. Keller looking for a lane. He fires and scores! It snuck through the blocker of Mattern. And Farmingdale have the lead. And we'll take another look at it here. This pass went back up here to Keller, and he just ripped one through the blocker's side. And puts it into the back of the net. And Farmingdale are up 1-0 here against the Scarlet Knights. Power play goal there for Keller. That's his 7th of the year. On just the 5th shot of the game for Farmingdale. As this one is dumped into the zone, back to go get this is Bedard. Has Bridgewood all over him though, as it's played back up to the point again. Kept in at the blue line there by Smith. Across, that shot blocked away. That shot was from McGregor. As this one skips by Mattern behind the cage. Cotta in a foot race to it first. He's able to get there. Has some time. Will lay off here to Houlihan. He fires a feed up to Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon into the zone. Looking for some passing here. Tries to lay off for Cotta, but it comes all the way out. As Haynes with a beautiful spinorama move to keep the puck. He gets across the blue line. Backhander, that went wide. Cotta will try and get to that, but it's cleared by the Rams. Butchko will have to go back on this. Butchko lays back. Cotta with this along the boards. He sends it over to Wachnichter. Wachnichter drop pass. Finds Butchko on the feed. He gets tangled up here at the red line. Pokes the puck forward as Wachnichter tried to send in, but it's corralled here by Kravitz, and he'll just send it in deep. Haynes to it first. He's squeezed along the glass by 2 Rams. Wachnichter will skate this one out of the zone for now. Tries to feed a pass forward, looking for Smargon, but it will go all the way down. In onto Cronin, and he will cover up. Shots currently 9-5 in favor of the Scarlet Knights, but Farmingdale up 1-0 here in this one. Still have about 8 and change left to go here in period number 1 as Reagan puts this one back in. Cronin will just lay this one off for Kravitz. Kravitz hounded there. Big hit by Wachnichter as he tried to lay the body again. It bounces across here for Quigley as he sends the pass forward. Ivers lays off Quigley. Pass across, trying to connect to the opposite side as that one's kicked aside again by Mattern. To the wall. Albrecht will get this forward, but not out of the zone as this one bounces to Mattern. Scramble at the dot. Taken away here. Mattern able to poke that one away. Got some help by his defensive Reagan as well as Wachnichter goes the other direction. Wachnichter looking, trying to center. That was broken up there by Alessi on the back check. That shot goes wide there from a pinching Haynes as it's collected here by the 9 of Sammy Askin. Askin looking, trying to dance with the puck, but it comes out of the zone here to Butchko as he'll play back here looking for Haynes. Haynes with this one. Sends a pass up to Sek. His pass picked off, though. Lombardo with it again. Lombardo, drop pass through. Duffy's shot stopped by Mattern. Big save there by Mattern as Lombardo tried to jam that one home. Couldn't do so as covering is Mattern again. Here with 6:43 left to go in the first. Here on this beautiful Saturday here. 2:52 local time here in Jersey. As this bounces up here to Leopard at the point, he will send this one hard around the end wall. Finds Lombardo, but Bedard picks it off, goes back up to Sek. Sek finds Turner. He looks to try and get going. Turner able to keep the puck. Here comes Turner driving in. He's shot through and he scores! What a goal by Turner! The solo effort from Jack Turner, his 3rd of the year. As we get another look at this puck played out here. Beautiful feed to Turner and just too much muscle for the defense there, and he will just drive through solo effort and rips that one home. And we are tied at 1. Beautiful work there from Turner as he ties this at 1 apiece. Excellent solo effort goal there from him as Campbell fires a shot. That one steered away there by Cronin. Collected by the defense here for Farmingdale. Fitzgibbon able to steal this puck away. Lofts the centering puck. Cotta with it walking in. Cotta fires. He went wide. Just couldn't get it on target there off that shot. As this goes back here to Albrecht. Albrecht feathers a pass right in front of his own bench. Nearly taken by Fitzgibbon. He's able to collect it here. Fitzgibbon His pass stolen. Del Grosso tried to play in as Cotta will go chase after this. Collected back by Albrecht. He'll find this one across. Over to Reagan. His stretch pass did not hit Cotta's stick, but they're going to wave off the icing anyway. As Cotta with a big hit down in the corner. Big time collision there as Cotta still fighting for this puck along the boards there with Nick Trabb. As Sek will lay this one off to Fitzgibbon. Now taken by Kravitz. Things starting to get a little bit physical here in this one as it's collected and skated out by the Rams. Dumped in by Rodriguez. Albrecht lays off. Reagan looking. Finds it across to Albrecht again. Trying to find that forward as Weiner will get this one out of the zone. Goes back here to Kravitz again here. Kravitz across. Feeds a pass over to the opposite side. Trying to fire. Mattern will hold on. Off that shot there from Thomas Ivers. Ivers, 18 points so far this year in 14 games. 4 goals, 14 assists for the Islip Terrace, New York native. Looking at the top goal scorers for both squads, John Crowdell and Thomas Ivers, and Tim Duffy, the top 3 for Farmingdale. Crowdell with 22 points, Ivers with 18, and Duffy with 17. Then for Rutgers, it's Connor Reagan with 13, Dale Campbell with 13, and Patrick Fitzgibbon with 9. Reagan and Campbell both with identical stat lines this year. 8 goals, 5 assists as here comes Turner again looking for more. Turner feathers a pass, trying to break that through, just couldn't get there in time. Was Hilliard as he goes sailing into the wall. Hilliard lays off. Finds a pass, tried to go back up to the point off that feed from Sek. Delayed offside for the Scarlet Knights as here comes Quigley. Quigley across. That's going to be offside though. Well offside though there on the Rams. They were probably a good 2 feet over the blue line there. Faceoff will come back in front of us here in the stands. Here at the home rink for Rutgers. As this one's dumped into the zone, sent around the end wall. Bedard. He'll get to this first as chasing after goes John Crowdell as well. Walknichter will send this one forward. Chases back the 55 of McGregor as he has to play around. Smith there along the boards. Kept in the zone for a moment here by the Scarlet Knights. Bouncing puck in the slot. Walknichter trying to get there. Now to the hash marks on the near side circle. Houlihan can't keep it in at the point. One-on-one the other way. Here comes Crowdell. Crowdell trying to go for the move, but Bedard with a good stick there. As Duffy gets to this down in the corner. Houlihan comes over to try and throw a hit along the boards as it's kept by Askin. And down went a Rutgers skater. That was Bedard, and we're going to get a penalty here on Farmingdale. And the Knights are going to go back to the power play. Chance to take the lead again here on the man advantage. It's going to be a tripping call here on the Rams. Off this draw, goes back up to the point. Reagan there. Plays catch there with Haynes. As he fires a shot, it's gloved up. There with authority by Brian Cronin. Shots 12-9 right now in favor of the Scarlet Knights. As this one took a funny hop off the dasher there, bouncing right towards the crease. Scramble at the net front, wouldn't go, and it's cleared there by Farmingdale. They will send this one all the way back to Mattern. As Reagan will collect this. Reagan, his stretch pass goes all the way down on goal to Cronin. He will just knock that one aside with the paddle. Nice hit into the wall there by Fitzgibbon. Puck down low, looking for some options. Back up to the point there off that pass from Sek. As Reagan will go back to him down behind the goal line. Sek looking, turnaround shot. That one was stopped away, but he's back on it. Fitzgibbon on it again here. To Reagan at the point. Back to Fitzgibbon in the high circle. Fitzgibbon rips one. That one's stopping. It's gobbled up there by Cronin. Good looks there for Rutgers on that chance. Here in the O zone with 1:08 left to go on the power play. These two teams have met twice so far this year, one at Farmingdale and one here at Rutgers. Their final meeting of the season here in this one this afternoon, as this one lofted back to the blue line, kept in by Albrecht. We'll get to those scores in a minute as it finds its way to Hilliard. Hilliard plays down low for Turner. Turner to Hilliard. 2 minutes left to go in the period as Hilliard sends this lower to Turner. Already has one here in this one, the tying goal here in the first for Jack Turner as he goes back to the top of the circle. 42 seconds left to go on the power play. Weighs his options, finds Hilliard in the corner. Rutgers looking for some more off-puck movement as that one fired through, kicked aside by the defense though. Butchko will keep this along the half wall. Plays lower, Hilliard there again, back up to Albrecht at the point. Albrecht looking, tried to dump it off for Hilliard as it's taken the other way by Lombardo. Lombardo, one-on-one with Albrecht, lays a beautiful pass back. What a stop there by Mattern, and he'll hold on. Let's get another look at that one while we can. Beautiful play there from Lombardo to get this pass across as it popped out of the zone here with 90 seconds left to go. It was a beautiful spin around feed there from Lombardo. Got it across, but Mattern with a huge stop. They're shorthanded as Haynes will collect this one here. Driving in with 2 seconds left to go on the power play. Collected here by Rutgers. We're back to 5-on-5 as this pass is dumped off to Reagan. Finds it lower. Looking for some options. Here are Rutgers down behind the cage. Seck looking. Plays a pass to Fitzgibbon. 1 minute left to go here in period number one. As Fitzgibbon will go back to Reagan. He pinches trying to keep it in. Able to do so for now. Finds its way down behind the goal line for Seck again. Trying to cut to the net front, but it gets knocked away. Reagan will keep it. He's sandwiched along the glass. Puck kept in here by Reagan. Finds Seck. Seck looking into the slot. He fires, but it's gloved up by Cronin. Face-off won there by the Rams as this one is sent around the wall. 30 seconds left to go here in period number one as Cotto will keep that one in the zone. Pass played up off the boards, goes back here to Reagan here in the neutral zone as he'll skate forward. Reagan working his way through. Down at the goal line, Reagan, he can't keep that one. Collected back by Duffy and lofted out. 10 seconds left to go in the period as this pass played across for Duffy. His shot fired on, and it's cleared there by Rutgers. And that will do it for the first. So tied at 1 after 1 here between the Scarlet Knights and the Farmingdale State College Rams. Chris Keller and Jack Turner, the goal scorers in that first period for their respective teams. Keller for the Rams and Turner for the Scarlet Knights. But we are going to step aside, take a short break. When we come back, we will have the second period of action for you. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division I Ice Hockey here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division I Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal, here for Super Saturday here at BSB. 4 games today on Breakout Sports Broadcasting as we welcome you back here to the second period between the Scarlet Knights and the Farmingdale State College Rams. A 1-1 game after one. Chris Keller for Farmingdale opened the scoring with his 7th of the year to make it a 1-0 game in favor of Fairfield, or of Farmingdale, excuse me. And then for Rutgers, tying the game up at 1, the 13 of Jack Turner with a great solo effort to tie this game at 1 apiece as we head into the second period. Shots are 17-14 in favor of Rutgers as we get ready to go here for the second period. Centers at the face-off dot, ready to go here for the middle frame, and we are off and running here for the second 40 of this one between the Knights and the Rams. But goes deep into the left side corner off this face-off. Farmingdale have it pinned down there. Their goal was on the power play in period number 1 off the shot there from Chris Keller that beat the blocker's side of Trey Mattern in net for the Scarlet Knights. And then, like I said before, excellent solo effort from Jack Turner to tie the game at 1 as this shot goes wide of the cage. Turner able to beat the 33 of Brian Cronin in the net today here for the Rams. This one goes deep to the wall here. Bouncing puck here for Albrecht. He will send it around looking for Cotta. Over to pinch on the play and keep it deep in the zone there. Doing a good job to do so was George Truico. Or actually, that was the 26 of Keller. Got my 26 and 16 messed up. As this bounces here to the wall. Taken here by Alessi. Alessi 6 points so far this season. Will spin a pass back across as Keller lifts this out of the zone. Albrecht with a kick on it. Bouncing here to the wall as Turner tries to lay the body. It's dumped in there by Del Grosso. Mattern will lay off. Collected here by Sek along the boards. Sek looking, has that stolen aside. Turnaround chance broken up there by Albrecht. Another stop there by Mattern as it floats to the corner. Back up to the point now. Shot through traffic, gobbled up there by Mattern, and he'll hold on with the glove. That shot coming from Jacob Kravitz at the point. The number 5 for Farmingdale. 3 points so far this year in 14 games for him. 6 foot, $165 for Kravitz. As this shot blocked away there, skips out of the zone off the stick of Jack Tommen. As this is dumped in here by Farmingdale, and this is going to go for an icing here on the Rams. Is taken out the other way here by Farmingdale off that draw. Del Grosso tried to spring it back in, but it's gloved down on the bench. Jumping up to grab that was Marcus Paltuff. Getting some action even though he's the backup here for this one today. For Rutgers. Had to hop up for that one like a center fielder. With the World Series that just happened, congrats to the Dodgers. Back-to-back champs as here comes Wachnichter, tried to drive in, Tommen with it there. He had to bounce aside as it skated out the other way. Here by Quigley. Quigley to the corner, centering pass. That one's broken up. Mattern got a piece of it as it was meant for Thomas Ivers. As now here comes Wachnichter. Wachnichter into the zone, looking for an option. Fitted through to Smargon. Rebound chance was there, but it went wide. Good looks there for Bedard. Just couldn't get it on target as he was the late man trailing in. As it's kept in the zone here by Rees. Along the board, sent out the other way. Ivers with a breakaway chance, but Butch goes there to break it up on the back check. Good back check there from him as he will skate this forward Nearly got taken down, but he loses an edge and wipes out. Collected here by Quigley again. Again, plays across. Ivers looking for Quigley on another chance. Shot through, stopped by Mattern as it finds its way to the wall. Ivers, he's sandwiched along the boards. Puck down low, collected by Butchko. Trying to get this up and out of the zone. The 28 of Timothy Cherney, as him and Rees have it here at the wall. He will send it in deep. Chasing goes Weiner. Weiner to the boards. He can't hold on to that one. Haynes will keep this in the zone, plays it across. Weiner with a nice hit into the wall. Bouncing puck to the red line. Quickly in, here comes Rodriguez. Rodriguez with some speed, drives around the cage. Lays this one off. Puck goes to the wall here. And it comes out of the zone for Rutgers. Good break as the Rams try and get it right back in quickly. Campbell lofts it across. He avoids the check. To it first goes Signoretti, as he'll dump in. Signoretti in his first game this season. Nice hit along the boards there by the Scarlet Knights again as it's skated out the other way here by Campbell. Tried to flip it in, couldn't do so, got stopped there by the defense as Signoretti not able to keep it. Campbell trying to fight for it here, lofted across, able to find Alessi as he will dump into the zone. Mattern lays this off. Skated there by Campbell again, but he got broken up. Fitzgibbon with a nice hit at center ice as here comes Lombardo. His pass across, fed to the opposite side, trying to find Rodriguez as it bounces up to Campbell, who tries to find Cotta on the feed. Cotta out the other way. Is he able to get there first? He cannot, as he just gave Cronin a snow shower. Really gave him a good blast of snow there. Just got a blizzard right into the face. Off the draw, this one skips up into the netting, and we'll get a whistle here with 15:12 left to go. Here in the second period, if you're just tuning in, thank you for doing so. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division I Ice Hockey here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. My name's Carlo Pascal. Here on Super Saturday here for BSB. 4 games here for us at Breakout Sports Broadcasting. As this one's played across here to Kravitz. 1-1 tie game here between the Knights and the Rams, as this is dumped into the zone there by Houlihan. Cronin will come out and play it. Nearly got tangled up there with Hilliard as Alessi looks up, trying to find it up to Duffy. Puck comes out of the zone for a second as Reagan will tap it back in. Delayed offside on the play. Out here to the 8 of Crodell as he'll drive in. Crodell, he gets taken down and is going to draw a tripping call. And Reagan not happy with the call. Thought that Crodell grabbed his stick. But either way, it's going to be Reagan to the box. Reagan already with 35 penalty minutes in 12 games so far this season for the junior from Haddonfield. But now to the power play goes Farmingdale. They scored the opening goal of the game on the man advantage, looking to get the lead here on this power play as it goes back up to the point. Alessi at the point, looking for some options, has to play this one off. Trying to fire through, that one went wide on the chance there for Keller. Has the first goal of the game on the power play as he will collect this here at the red line. Keller now with 7 goals so far this season, 16 points as this one skips to him again. Here he comes across the blue line. Down at the goal line now, opts to get around the defense. Butchko got a whack on that one as it's stuck on the outside of the cage. Farmingdale able to whack that one off of it as finds its way back down behind the goal line. Alessi with it at the low circle. Swap spots, goes back up to Keller. Keller fires. That one went wide. It actually got deflected by Bridgewood, as that one takes a hop, skip, and a jump into the netting and out of play. Here with 1:11 left to go on the power play for Farmingdale. Faceoff will end up to the right here of Trey Mattern. Looking for his second win of the season, as this goes back to Lombardo. Pass laid off, back up to the point here. Over there from Nutley, trying to fire through. That one got broken up, or Nolte rather, excuse me, as it bounces here to the 72 of Leppert into the wall. Rutgers trying to clear. It's picked up here by Turner and skated out. Turner with some good moves, able to find it to Wachnichter. Wachnichter looking, fires. That one meant for Turner again, as now Farmingdale are going to try and rush the other way, but it's collected by Albrecht. His pass picked here by Nolte. Nolte. Nice hit into the wall there from Rutgers as it's skated out again. Wachnichter gets it out of the zone. Played for Lombardo. Lombardo, his pass picked. Wachnichter with it, with a chance shorthanded. Wachnichter to the backhand. He can't get it to go. Cronin might have got a piece of his stick as he got leveled into the wall. Collected here by Duffy. 15 seconds left to go on the power play. He will drive into the zone with some speed. Down along the end boards. Farmingdale in the midst of some changes here with 5 seconds left to go on the power play. That one's cleared down the ice. And that will be it for the power play. Rutgers with the wholesale line change, and we are back to 5-on-5. As Haynes has this one bounce for Cotta. Cotta drives in. He fires a shot that got blocked away. Haynes was there looking for the rebound as Fitzgibbon will put it back down to Haynes at the half wall. Back up to the point. Haynes will spin it back for Campbell. Campbell looking for an option. Dives behind one defender, trying to go to the wall. Keeps it away for Smith for a second. Finds Haynes at the hash marks. That one, a bouncer, went to the opposite wall as Cotta lays a big hit along the boards. Rutgers starting to get physical here in period number 2 as Cotta picks this up. Has it stripped away. Dumped into the zone there by Trabb, and it is covered up by Mattern. Shots now 20-19 in favor of Farmingdale, but we're still tied at 1 apiece with 11:49 left to go in period number 2. Have a whole bunch more action here on BSB, here on Super Saturday. Tune in to the rest of it here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. As flying the other way, driving in comes Reagan with some speed. Reagan fires through, stopped on the rebound chance yet again. Was Rutgers. That was Smargon who came in to try and knock home the rebound. As this finds its way back up to Albrecht at the point. Albrecht plays lower. Tommen back up to Albrecht again. Albrecht will just flutter one down behind the goal line. Finds Smargon. Wachnichter there as well. He's bumped off the puck. Trying to get it as Tommen. Had it for a second. As he'll go back out. Looking for Albrecht now out the other way. Here comes Del Grosso. 1-on-2 into the zone. He's checked there by Reagan. Kept him at bay for now. Spins a pass lower. Bouncing. Keller tried the center. Del Grosso fires. Kicked aside. Rebound chance was there for Keller as he got knocked into Mattern. And it is cleared by Rutgers. Wachnichter will chase after it. No icing. Gathered here by Cronin and played away. Smargon will pick off the pass in the zone. Smargon looking. Behind the goal line. Knocked away by Keller, and it's lofted out. Knocked down by Houlihan. Bedard. Plays this across. Bounces off the skates of Cherney. As it bounces back out of the zone here for Jack Tommen, who will send it in. His 8th game of the year here for the freshman from Freehold. As it finds its way to Bridgewood. Bridgewood can't get it out. Houlihan blasts a shot, but he whiffed on part of it as it went to the corner. Bouncing back up to Houlihan again. Good keep from him. Trying the center. That one was Cherney. It wouldn't go. Looking for Weiner. Out the other direction. Flying in. Here comes Ivers. Stopped there by Houlihan. Ivers still looking. He fires a shot. Blocked away by Houlihan, but it skips behind the cage. Bridgewood plays it away. Finds this one off. Back up to the point. Bouncing here and out of the zone. Looking for it was Askin. As walking through, here comes Nolte. Nolte fires, gobbled up there by Mattern, and he will hold on for the whistle. Rest of the action here on BSB today. Our game of the week here for BSB, St. Joe's takes on Georgetown. A big rivalry matchup at 5 p.m. Make sure to tune into that one as well. This one will potentially lead or bleed right into that game, so make sure to tune into that action as St. Joe's takes on Georgetown for our game of the week here on BSB. St. Joe's has won 12 straight games, looking for number 13 here in this one later today at 5 p.m. Then at 7:30, over at Flemington Ice Arena, Rider taking on Penn State for their second game of the weekend. Penn State with a big 10-5 win yesterday over Rider. And Rider looking to bounce back today as this puck sent forward, able to find the 57 of Quigley, looking to center. That one went wide on the redirect by Ivers. Good chance there for Farmingdale as it's skated up by Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon across the blue line, back pass to Haynes in the slot. He fires that one, trickled just wide. I think Cronin got a piece of it as it's taken by Crodell one-on-one against Albrecht. Albrecht with a beautiful hip check. What a hip check there from Albrecht. Went old school with that one. You don't see many of those too often anymore in this day and age. Beautiful read there as he knew Crodell was going to cut right to the middle with that puck. Excellent read there from the veteran defenseman of Harrison Albrecht as this one's lofted out of the zone. Foot race here. Turner will get to it first for Rutgers. Tried to center, but it got broken up there by McGregor. McGregor hard off the glass and out of the zone. Reagan will calm it down and pitch it right back in. Seck will give chase. Seck can't get to it. Duffy with it. Springs a pass forward. Finds its way up to Lombardo as he'll lay this one off for Duffy again. Duffy quickly in. Trying to go to the backhand. That one stopped by Mattern. Another chance. Lombardo went wide on the shot with that one in close. Shots 23-21 in favor of Farmingdale here with 7:52 left to go in the second as Reagan just stood up Lombardo as this bounces to Mattern, and he'll hold on and cover with the leather. Now that we got a sec, want to go back and try and take a look at that hip check there from Albrecht if we can. Is off that chance there for Rutgers the other way, and Farmingdale came out with a quick effort, and what a hip check there by Albrecht, perfectly executed. You don't see many of those too often, like I said, so when you see one, you got to appreciate it. As Tommen will try and move this one into the zone, poked forward, trying to get on it as Smargon couldn't do so as this goes to the wall. Wachnichter along the boards. Able to keep it away for now, coming over to take it is Alessi. He will look up, has some room in front of him, plays it up. Nice stop there by Bedard, but you got to stick him in the face. He's still down as he is able to finally get back up, and we're going to get a whistle. Delayed penalty on the play. It's a high sticking here on Farmingdale. And Bedard will draw the call. He might get checked out by the trainer as well over on the bench, and it's going to be the 86 of Signoretti who's going to go to the box. Reagan with it here off that draw. That shot fired through. Rebound chance was there for Rutgers on the power play now. Another look here on the man advantage as this one goes back up to the point. Haynes with it. Reagan at the blue line. Beautiful move to cut by a defender. Pokes it across, diving play. Fitzgibbon fires that one, went high and wide, and will ring all the way off the glass and out. Good chance there for the Scarlet Knights as Fitzgibbon just couldn't put it on target. 1:30 left to go here on the power play for the Scarlet Knights as here comes Campbell. He sets up shop. Haynes with it at the blue line. Finds Reagan. They play back and forth to each other. Haynes looking, saucer pass down to Campbell behind the goal line. To Haynes again. Campbell. Back to Haynes, they play catch. Now to Reagan at the point, pass across to Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon down low, finds it to Sek. Spins around, behind the cage looking for a pass. Doesn't have an option, but he's able to find Haynes as he will go back to Sek, no shots yet. Fitzgibbon looking, top of the circle, he fires, that got blocked. Campbell will get to it first, 52 seconds left to go on the power play. Good spin move there, quick shot in close there from Sek, but it's gobbled up there by Cronin. Good look there from Rutgers. Beautiful feed from Campbell, just couldn't get it to go, was Sek. So 47 seconds left to go on the power play here for the Scarlet Knights as this one comes out of the zone off that clear from the Rams. Albrecht finds Butchko. The two D-men out on the ice here for Rutgers. That's Butchko, has some room and skates in. Pulls up at the circle. Down at the goal line, he spins around, looking back up to the point for Hilliard. 25 seconds left to go. Turner looking, lays off for Hilliard. Hilliard nearly lost the puck, but has to pull up behind the cage. Skates back out to the hash marks, goes back to Turner. 15 seconds left to go on the power play. Quick shot there. Knocked away there on the rebound was Cotta as Hilliard comes over to try and knock it loose. Good move there from Hilliard. Butchko with it, trying to find an option here with time winding down on the power play. Butchko spinning around. That will do it for the power play. We're back to 5-on-5 as this one skips out. Out the other way. Here comes Quigley. Quigley looking, saucer pass for Lombardo. He's taken down and goes to the corner. Crodell with it now. He's pinned up along the glass. Puck in the left side wall, finds its way up to the point. Nearly blocked there by Turner as it skips out for Cotta. Has Turner with him. Cotta to Turner. Bouncer gets knocked aside there by Smith, and he will send it out. Looking for Quigley. Quigley can't handle that one as Bedard got back on him. Finds its way to Lombardo. Lombardo, his pass across to nobody. Turner will collect it here with under 5 to go in period number 2. He'll chase after as the rest of his teammates go for a line change here. Smargon on the puck on the near side corner. Looking to try and center. Gets the puck back off of a bounce. Looking to center it again. It got blocked away. Good block there by McGregor as he goes to the point. Houlihan fires through traffic. What a save there with the glove. There from Cronin. Off this draw. One here by Rutgers. Quick shot. That went wide from Tommen. Still looking for his first point of the year. As Wachnichter trying to get on this one and keep it away from Nolte. Not able to do so as Nolte will get it out of the zone. Good job there by Houlihan to keep that puck, and he will send it in deep. Chasing goes Wachnichter. Wachnichter around the end wall. Looking for Tommen. He's able to keep it away. Looking for a pass into the slot. That one, a bouncer, hits off the blocker. Rebound chance. They score! It's Askin! And Rutgers have the lead. That one took some funky bounces there. What a stop there by Cronin originally. And then on the rebounds, Askin able to put it home. As we'll get another look at it here with 3:49 left to go in the second. Great play here from Tommen to try and find the trailer. That quick shot was from Askin, and he got his own rebound on the third chance and put it into the back of the cage. And Rutgers are up by 1. As this one goes deep into the corner, Campbell with it again, looking for more. Shot through traffic, another chance, that one stopped away. Another opportunity there for Rutgers, just can't get that to go. They've been able to beat Brian Cronin twice here in this one, off that goal from Askin. Shots now 25-24 in favor of Rutgers here with 3:17 left to go in the period. Saucer pass across, nearly picked away there by Alessi, as Turner didn't get a stick on that, and this will go for an icing here on Rutgers. 3:06 left to go. Here in period number 2. Off this draw. Bounces here to the corner for Albrecht. He will lift this one up and out. Didn't have enough juice for an icing as it's collected here by Smith. And we're going to get a penalty as he just got rocked into the boards. It's going to be a tripping call. So back to the power play. Go the Rams. And they will have a chance to try and tie this game as we wait for the penalty to go on the board. So off the draw here with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the period. Farmingdale will be on the power play for almost the rest of this second frame here in this one. Cycling down low, trying to find this one in close. It got broken up there by Butchko. Good job there by Butchko to get a stick in as this is taken by Keller. Keller winds up the shot, bouncing puck to the goal line, and they say it went in. We're going to have to see if this is going to be Keller's goal, as Farmingdale tie this game up at 2. We'll get another look at it here. First to the line. It looks like the 52 of Bridgewood, so we'll take another look at this, see if we can get an eye on it here. This shot from the point here from Keller, it bounced off the shoulder there of Mattern, and there was a scramble in front. Kind of hard to tell who it was who tapped it home. But either way, it is a 2-2 game as Farmingdale tie this game up. And we're going to get a whistle here for offside with 2:11 left to go. Off this draw, one back here by Farmingdale again as this one is just sent into the glove there of Mattern. He opted to play it. Dangerous play there as this one close in front somehow bounced off the top of the cage. I think Mattern got a piece of that with the shoulder as this one is kicked up into the netting again. And Turner's just getting dragged here after that play by Quigley. He was holding his stick as Quigley's going to go right after him here. Referees are going to have to come over and break it up. So with under 2 to play here in this second period, a 2-2 game between Rutgers and Farmingdale. I mentioned it earlier in the game. This is their third meeting of the season, final meeting of the season between these two teams. They split the series so far this year. Rutgers won the first one 5-2 on the 27th at Farmingdale, and then Farmingdale came here to Rutgers and beat them 3-1 on the 28th in back-to-back games. In that 27th and 28th series, they split. So whoever wins this one today will win the season series between the two of them. As Butchko will have this along the boards with 95 seconds left to go in this second period. Bouncing puck here to the wall. Trying to knock it away was Fitzgibbon, and he will get it out of the zone. Campbell will give chase on it as Kravitz will go back for the Rams. Kravitz will pin it down there. Campbell able to dig it out. Spins away from Kravitz again. Good look. Campbell looking, trying the center, looking for an option to try and find a shooting lane or a pass. Back up to Haynes, through traffic, gobbled up with the glove. There by Cronin. Been a very, very even game so far. Both goals for Farmingdale coming on the power play, and both for Rutgers have been even strength. Shots almost dead even, just separated by one, 27-26 in favor of Farmingdale. As we've got a minute left to go here in the second period as Washington just whiffed on that shot attempt in the slot. Bedard will play it across to Houlihan. Under a minute to go. Walking through, Houlihan pulls up at the top of the circle, trying to spin a pass back, looking for Smargon, can't connect. As he tried to lay the body there along Smith. Kept in by Houlihan along the glass. Finds Wachnichter looking, trying to find Tommen, as he will go back up to the point for Bedard. Bedard, that shot goes high and wide. Bounces here to Wachnichter. Finds Tommen on the pass. Tommen to the point. It skips by Houlihan and will go all the way down to Mattern. He'll come out and play it with 23 seconds left to go. Dangerous feed there from Mattern, trying to find Tommen as it goes back to Houlihan. He'll throw a big offensive check. Almost reverse check there from Houlihan as we've got 10 seconds left to go in the period. Farmingdale looking for one last chance as Bedard trying to just eat it out along the wall. Will move it back up to the point. And that will do it for the second. So after 40 seconds of play, or 40 minutes of play rather, we are tied at 2 here between Rutgers and Farmingdale. Bridgewood and Askin, the goal scorers in that second period. 2 power play goals for Farmingdale, 2 even strength goals for Rutgers. Turner and Askin, the goal scorers for the Scarlet Knights so far. Keller and Bridgewood, the goal scorers for the Rams. But we are going to step aside, take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the third period of action for you. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division I hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division I Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal, back here for period number 3 between the Scarlet Knights and the Farmingdale State College Rams. 2-2 after 40 minutes, shots dead even at 30 apiece as we get ready for the third. It has been a battle here in this one, pretty much dead even here between the Scarlet Knights and the Rams. Couldn't be more even than this. 30-30 on the shots, 2-2 score as we head into the third. Once again, thank you for joining us here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting's Super Saturday. 4 games for us here on BSB today. Make sure to check out all the action as we start to wrap things up here for this third period, or for this game as we get ready for the third. Teams are ready to go here for this third period. 2-2. Tied shots, ready for the third. Centers at the face-off dot, ready to go. And we are off and running here for the third stanza of this one. Quickly bounced into the zone there by Fitzgibbon. Chasing back on it goes Jacob Kravitz, as Reagan can't keep out in the zone. Out the other direction, here comes Crodell. His pass across, deflected up into the air there off of Kata's stick as it's collected back here by Reagan again. Now Campbell moves it forward for Fitzgibbon. He lays a drop-off pass as Crodell will just put it back into his own end. Crodell leading the team in points for Farmingdale. 22 points in 14 games, 9 goals, 13 assists, has been held off the score sheet here in this one so far today. He has it once again. He'll dump in as Duffy will go chase. Duffy to the wall. He keeps it in for now, finds its way across here to Butchko, as he'll lift this up and out, trying to find a stretch pass for Hilliard. He'll get there first and beat out the icing, trying to play it back to Turner. He's already got one in this one, scoring the first to tie the game at 1. Rutgers 2 goals at even strength so far today as that one bounces through, went off the back of the net. Hilliard nearly got a good bounce there, as Del Grosso will beat out the icing here. He'll go down hard into the wall. No call, we continue, but we'll get a whistle as he's still down. Precautionary whistle there as he's still down on the ice. Might have to have the trainer come and look at him as he'll try and get back up to his feet. Butchko having to do some talking there to John Leppert. And it seems like Del Grosso is okay, which is great to see. Never won any injuries here in these games, as Del Grosso is going to have to clean his bubble over there. Referees will discuss. There's going to be no call on the play. We'll stay 5-on-5. Both goals for Farmingdale coming on the power play today. And if you're over on the Rutgers bench, head coach Joe Dixon trying to make it apparent to your guys to not take any more penalties, as Bridgewood tried to center that one. Puck collected here by Sek as he'll fly up the wall. Sek trying to break through the zone, able to get in for now. Looking for an option, he drives around the cage, able to find this to Hilliard. Looking to go back to Sek, pinching here to keep. Good job there by Bedard, but he squeezed along the glass as it's skated out here by the Rams. Here comes Bridgewood. Had the second power play goal for Farmingdale as that pass broken up there by Sek, as he's going to draw a call. Sek is going to draw the penalty, and now to the power play is going to go Rutgers yet again here for the man advantage. Another look at it. Have not been successful on the man advantage today, as it's going to be an interference call there. Great job by Sek to try and drive for that puck and keep his feet moving. And now Rutgers will go to the power play, looking for a power play goal of their own. Haven't scored yet on the man advantage today. Have had a couple of chances as Sek will find this one down, looking for Haynes behind the goal line, able to keep it away for now. Haynes behind the cage, tried to center that one, nearly taken by Rutgers, kicked aside there by Cronin with the paddle. Now Fitzgibbon will play across. Finds Haynes on the feed. He will put this down low looking for Sek behind the goal line. Finds Campbell with the feed. Campbell looking. Back here. Quick shot through that went wide for Sek. Finds Fitzgibbon along the boards. Back up to the point for Reagan. He plays across, finds Haynes. Haynes. Down low. Backdoor pass for Fitzgibbon. Just couldn't handle it. A little too hot to handle as it comes out of the zone. Good job by Reagan to break up that pass. They were looking for Crodell on a shorthanded feed as here comes Reagan. He fires. That shot's blocked away. Fitzgibbon trying to get on it and keep it in. Not able to do so. He goes down in a heap alongside there with Lombardo as Haynes will play to Reagan. Reagan across the blue line lays off to Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon, backdoor pass, able to find it to Turner. Quick shot through. Rebound chance there for Turner on the back end. Couldn't get it to go. Butchko fires. Another one blocked away. Kept in the zone, goes back up here to the circle for Campbell. Down low here for Reagan. Looking for an option. 37 seconds left to go on the power play, and we're going to get a stoppage. And we're going to get a hooking call here. And I think this is going to be on Farmingdale. Indeed it will be. It's going to be on Jace Lombardo. So a big opportunity, 5-on-3 for Rutgers to try and take the lead, 3-2. A 5-on-3 for 35 seconds. Rutgers, if they can capitalize, it would be huge. Albrecht plays this one lower, finds Cotta. Already down to 25 seconds left to go, a 5-on-3 time. Albrecht across. Butchko lays lower, finds Turner. Looking for a shooting lane, goes back up to Butchko at the point. Across, Albrecht there. Backdoor pass meant for Turner, too much. Turner with it again, finds Butchko. Butchko through the lane, that one stopped. Rebound chance was loose. Bouncing puck and it's cleared out there by the Rams. Goes all the way back to Mattern. And that will do it for 5-on-5. Now a 5-on-4 for 123. As it's collected by Hilliard, who springs it over for Albrecht, who sends it around. Cotta to the wall. Keeps it down low, looking to go back up to the point. Albrecht keeps it in, finds Butchko on the pass. Butchko fires a shot through. Bouncing puck, big stop there by Cronin. What a save there on Hilliard. Still kept in by Rutgers. A minute left to go here on the power play as Butchko keeps this off the stanchion. 15:35 left to go in the third. Cotta, 50 seconds left on the power play. His shot was whiffed on and it's clear there by the Rams. Down the ice to Mattern. Picked up by Butchko. Butchko, his pass nearly knocked away. Back out here to Fitzgibbon at the blue line, looking across here for Turner, trying to get it deep into the zone, couldn't do so. Played across for Fitzgibbon again with 25 seconds left to go on the power play. He'll send in deep as Haynes will go chase. Kicks it aside. Reagan pinching to try and keep this in the zone. Finds it lower to Fitzgibbon, back to Reagan. 10 seconds left on the power play. Reagan looking for an option to Fitzgibbon. He fires a sharp angle shot that went wide. Haynes will keep this in along the goal line, looking in front. Quick shot to the back door. Fitzgibbon can't hold on. Back to 5-on-5 finally as Haynes is bumped off the puck. Breakaway chance the other way here. Here come the Rams walking in. All alone is Ivers. What a stop there. Another chance stopped by Mattern again. And we get the whistle as the net comes off. What a save there by Mattern on Ivers, and he got the rebound as well. Let's take another look at it here. We'll get a great look at this on this breakaway chance here from Ivers right off the bench. He walked in, beautiful stop there on that breakaway, and he got the rebound chance as well. As his glove actually came off instead of the net coming off. Hence the whistle, as this is lofted out of the zone. What a save there from Trey Mattern to keep this game tied. Both goaltenders having a great outing here in this one this afternoon. Each have allowed 2, but Mattern 32 for 34, and Cronin 30 for 32, as that shot, another save there for Cronin. Another one trickles right to him, and he will cover up here with just under 14 to go here in this third period. Off the draw, this is one back here by Rutgers trying to keep it in here at the blue line. It bounces right back out as Kata tried to drive quickly into the zone, couldn't do so. Collected here and sent in there by the Rams. Haynes went in hard to the wall as Campbell tries to move it forward. Butchko there to try and help him as Campbell will collect it again. Keeps it away from some Rams. Opts to skate it out of the zone. Bouncing puck across. Kata with a chance here on the breakaway. Kata with it. What a back check there by Farmingdale. That was Alessi on the back check. Excellent job to get a stick into Kata and knock that puck away as it's collected here by Haynes. Haynes feathers a pass to Kata. Good feed as he will fire in, and it's held onto by Cronin again. Rutgers trying to turn up the heat here in the third offensively. The big guns have been held off the score sheet so far. Reagan, Campbell, Fitzgibbon, and Haynes. All with no points so far today. As this goes back up to the point here for Reagan. He will keep that in the zone. Puck sent around the wall, finds its way to Nolte. Nolte, he will loft that one into the wall and up out of play. As it ended up in the bench there of Farmingdale. So Rutgers will make some changes here. Second line will hop on. Hilliard, Seck, and Turner, this second line for the Scarlet Knights as Duffy flips this up and out. Finds the pass up here to Lombardo. He fires. That one's waffle boarded away by Mattern again. Reagan will get to it first. Looks up, cuts by one, has to spin around and keep it away from Crodell as he'll have to lay it off to Albrecht. His stretch pass nearly picked off as Seck will try and chase on it, but it's kept away by the defense. Nearly stolen by Seck, but it's dumped into the zone. Icing is waved off. Reagan will get there first as Duffy tried to lay the body into him. Hilliard comes over to help him, bounces it across to Reagan. Up off the glass, this one will go down. Will it have enough juice for an icing? And it will. So Farmingdale trying to keep this win streak going here. They've won 3 straight. If they can find a way to beat Rutgers here today, they would 1, win the season series against these Scarlet Knights, and 2, have a 4-game win streak. As that shot from the point got blocked, Rutgers trying to get back into the win category after 2 losses at Illinois last weekend. And collect their 4th victory at home. And on the road, didn't get to mention it earlier in the game, but Farmingdale 6-1 on the road this season. Del Grosso looking for an option. He will send this around. So the Rams looking to try and stay fantastic on the road. It's a 2-2 game right now here with 11:35 left to go in the third, as this one meant for the back door just won't go. That was meant there for Keller. As the Rams have it, that shot blocked away, trying to clear as Turner can't do it. Houlihan trying to get a whack at that one. That one backhanded wide. As Reeves will try and get to that one for a second there, just couldn't do so. Bedard looking, Houlihan there, able to keep it away for now. Turner will loft it up to Reeves, he will get going. Reeves will dump in and give chase. Wholesale line change except for Reeves as he will go down behind the goal line looking for the puck. Over to help him comes Askin. Askin looking, spins a pass back, looking for Weiner. Laying it off was Reeves. Weiner went down as it's picked up here by Quigley. Joe Quigley will dump into the zone. The North Babylon, New York native will send that in, give chase as well. Farmingdale looking to center. That one bounced off the skates of Weiner as it's into the wall here for Butchko. Ivers down there. Weiner trying to fight for it. Puck popped out. Butchko's able to corral it. He will play this forward to Askin, who kicks it out of the zone. Kravitz with it now. He'll dump in. Pass fed forward here for Tommen. Haynes, he will avoid the check. Tommen, he will drive in, but it's going to be called offside as Haynes was over the blue line. Also, don't forget to check out all the rest of the action here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting here on Super Saturday here for us for BSB. 4 games today here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. The next game coming up at 5 p.m., St. Joe's taking on Georgetown in a big rivalry matchup for our BSB Game of the Week. St. Joe's currently on a 12-game win streak after dropping their first 2 of the year, and they have been red hot ever since. Looking to go for their 13th straight win against Georgetown, the first time those 2 rivals see each other this year, before St. Joe's will go to the ACC Showcase next weekend. As Wachnicker will try and play this one back here to Reagan. Goes back to Wachnicker again. The other game here on BSB later on tonight, 7:30, as Rider takes on Penn State in their second game of the weekend. Penn State won yesterday 10-5. As Rider looks to rebound at home again, as Tommen will be forced back out of the zone. Here with 9:09 left to go, Wachnicker will drive this one in. Wachnicker will chase after it as well. Nolte will keep it away from him. Plays a pass across here to Leppert. As it's picked away, Cotta will keep it in for now. Duffy will play back out to the neutral zone for Campbell, as he'll have to touch this back to Butchko. Nearly too many men there for Rutgers, as it's played up the wall. Puck here for Fitzgibbon. Plays back to Butchko. Butchko looks up. Gets it out of the zone. Nolte. He will send it in deep. Haynes will have to go and chase as Lombardo will get there first, though. Lombardo squeezed by Haynes as Butchko lays across to Cotta. He'll get it up and out. Dumped in again. Delayed offside there on the Rams. And Haynes will calm things down here behind Mattern. He'll leave it for Butchko. Has to turn away from Lombardo. Pass over to Campbell. Campbell trying to feed Cotta. Out the other way. Here comes Cotta. Slap shot fired. That one knocked aside by Cronin. Another chance through. They score! Wow. On the rebound. Rutgers take the lead. And Rutgers up 3-2. It's Garrett Cotta, his 3rd of the year. We'll get another look at this one. Looking at it here, Cotta with the slap shot. Rebound was loose, he jumped on top of it, and it bounced off of a defenseman's skate and ended up in the back of the cage. And Rutgers have the lead, 3-2. A big goal for Cotta as Hilliard looked to try and fire. It got broken up as it trickles here to the circle for Sek. Hilliard tried to center again, couldn't do so. As it's taken by Farmingdale, they can't clear the zone. Hilliard trying to dance by the defense, couldn't do it as that one's lofted up and out. And Hilliard having his foot grabbed there as here come the Rams the other way. Beautiful poke check there from Houlihan, though, to knock it away from Bridgewood. Turner coming over to help as Houlihan just got shoved to the ice. No call. We continue as that's launched up into the netting. And the Rutgers bench not happy with a couple no calls there. Either way, we continue on 5-on-5 here with 7:26 left to go in the third. Rutgers up by 1, courtesy of Garrett Cotta. As Sek will skate this one out. He'll get across the red line and dump in. Rams with this one behind their own goaltender, looking for some options. They will just play this one off. Pass broken up there by Reagan. Nearly disaster there, though, as Quigley had a look at it. Just hopped over his stick as well, as Reagan will dump it off to Wachnicker. Trying to go backdoor, looking for Turner. Couldn't connect on the feed, as this one's sent down low here for Smargon. Wachnicker on it again, trying to find Smargon on the pass. He nearly got rocked along the boards. Wachnicker still doing a good job to keep it there. Now it pops out, and the Rams will clear, but Reagan will have to play back to Albrecht as he'll saucer it across back to Reagan. Quick pass meant for Smargon, but he was going for the change as Rutgers still need one more man out on the ice here. Albrecht will play back to Reagan. He's hounded, collected by Tommen as he finds Reagan. Hard along the boards to Kata. Kata, pass forward, looking for Wachnichter. No icing, they're going to wave it off as back to get it goes Riley McGregor. He'll play it hard off the glass, back here to Haynes in the neutral zone. Haynes will dump this one in, and this will be an icing here on Rutgers. And clock is still running here. It ended up stopping at 5:56, so I think about 3 seconds may have actually ticked off the clock there. But this draw will come back here to the left of Trey Mattern. He has been great here in the third. Stopped a big breakaway chance, shorthanded as McGregor fires. That's blocked away by Butchko. He'll get it back at the point though and send it in deep. Butchko on it again. He looks up, flutters this one out of the zone. McGregor trying to glove it down as it's collected by Trabb. He springs that forward. Shot through, Mattern will hold on. And we'll gobble that up right in the breadbasket. .5:35 left to go here in the third. Rutgers up by 1-3-2. Looking to try and come out victorious and get back in the win column here with this one today. Kata, the man who has given Rutgers the lead, will dump that one in as Campbell tried to fire. Did it bounce through? Kata was there and he scores again! Kata on the rebound. It snuck through and Rutgers are up by 2. Somehow Kata found a way to sneak it through Cronin. And Rutgers are up 4-2 here with 5:24 to go. We'll get another look at this goal here from Kata. Originally, Campbell with the shot. That puck was still loose and Kata jumped on top of the rebound and put it into the back of the cage. And Rutgers are up by 2 with that delayed offside. Called there on the Rams. 40th shot of the game there for Rutgers. Face-off one back there by the Scarlet Knights as Albrecht will play it up off the wall and down the ice. This will go on goal, so no icing. Bit of a fortunate bounce there off the wall in front of their own bench. As Bedard will go back and collect this one with under 5 to go here in the third. Bedard will send around. He finds this to Houlihan, who looks up and plays the sec. He's able to keep it away for now. Trying to flip this one away. Hilliard comes over to help. As does Houlihan as a skater got knocked down there. It's collected here by Bedard. He'll play it around looking for Hilliard. Hilliard lifts this up and out. Played back here to the 77 of Thomas Smith. As this is launched into the zone. No icing on the play, they wave it off. Houlihan, he avoids the check, sends forward, tipped into the zone by second. Smargon will chase after it. Rutgers with some changes here. Across to Duffy. Duffy trying to find the feed to Crodell, goes back to Duffy on the pass. As Wachnichter will send this one in. 4 minutes left to go here in the third period. Rutgers up by 2, courtesy of 2 goals by Garrett Kata, and that'll go for an icing here on the Rams. Kata now on hat trick watch. Now up to 4 goals so far this season. 10 points, or 8 points rather, excuse me, for the senior from Haddonfield. Now up to 8 points in 13 games, 4 goals, 4 assists. Will jump up to number 4 in the top 5 point scorers for Rutgers. Off that draw, it bounces here for Alessi. He will send it around the boards. Shots 40-35 in favor of the Scarlet Knights as Butchko will glove that down and play it off. Walknichter tried to get on that. Tom in there just tried to play it into the zone. Kill off some more of the clock as Crodell will get back on this. Duffy now with it. Duffy and Lombardo into the zone for the Rams. Kicked aside there by Mattern as this will go to the corner for Lombardo. That pass picked off. Tomlin was able to pick it, but Butchko will play it out looking for Walknichter. Walknichter into the zone. Has a step here. Got poked away on the play. He will just play this back to the neutral zone as it'll go back to Reagan. Connor Reagan. He will send this one deep into the opposite side wall. Rams need 2 to tie. Trying to take that was Fitzgibbon, couldn't do so. As it finds its way up here for the Rams, trying to get it out of the zone. Fitzgibbon nearly kept it in as Smith will send it down the ice. Won't have enough juice for an icing as Reagan gets there. We'll just play it up off the glass and back to the neutral zone. Finds Kata on the pass. What a feed. Kata fires it. Stopped that time by Cronin, and he'll hold on. Kata looking for the hat trick. Already has 2 here in this one this afternoon. As that shot fought off there by Cronin again. That was also from Kata as this one gets by Reagan. Albrecht back to get it. Puck along the boards. Campbell there trying to clear the zone. Good job there from Albrecht to get a stick on it and get it out. Kravitz will get it to the blue line, but not in deep as Ivers look to try and send in. Albrecht poking at it. Bouncing puck here at the blue line. It's dumped in as Reagan will get to it first. Reagan has some room. Opts to use it himself. Trying to gain some speed here through the neutral zone. Here comes Reagan. Reagan fires. That one a trickler in on goal. Knocked aside there by Cronin. As it goes to the wall, got deflected on that shot attempt. Fitzgibbon will keep it in. As Fitzgibbon able to keep this puck. Looking for a lane, trying to drive around for a wraparound chance. Couldn't get it on target as it got blocked away by the defense. That was Alessi who knocked it away. Out it comes here for Ivers. Ivers finds it up to Quigley. Quigley drop pass to Ivers. Closes him off along the wall. What a check. Fitzgibbon trying to fight for it. Here comes Kata again. Kata. He fires. That got whiffed on. He goes into the wall. Getting into it down in the corner, collected back here by Farmingdale. Here they come with 1:20 left to go. Down by 2, Del Grosso looking to drive around. Still in his cage is Cronin. Collected here by Rutgers and sent out of the zone. Turner will send it forward. Hilliard with it. Down in the corner. Springs it around, looking here for Turner. 1 minute left to go here in the third. Turner looking. We'll just send this one in. Didn't get a lot on it, but it gets all the way back here to Leopard. As this one meant for Del Grosso, able to find him on that bouncing pass. Del Grosso looking, fires a shot that went off the outside of the cage. Butchko will send this one forward, but it goes out of play. Here with 37 seconds left to go in the game. Rutgers trying to hold on, and we're going to get a timeout here by Farmingdale. Here with 37.8 seconds left to go in the third. Wondering if they're going to try and pull Brian Cronin here and get the extra skater on. We'll have to wait for their decision as we wait here in the timeout. While we've got a second, once again, thank you for tuning in to Super Saturday here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. 4 games of BSB hockey here on this Saturday. Our busiest day of the year for Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Two more games here on BSB and one on Black Bear TV for Ramapo as they will take on Mass Maritime. That one's at 7:15 as the Roadrunners take on Mass Maritime up at the Ice Vault. Trey Wright will be on the call for that one. Then at 5 p.m., right after this one concludes, it's currently 4:33, so make sure to tune into the 5 o'clock game as St. Joe's takes on Georgetown for our BSB Game of the Week. Then at 7:30, make sure to tune in for our final game of Super Saturday as Rider takes on Penn State for a rematch of last night. 37 seconds left to go. Net empty here for Farmingdale as they send this one around the cage. To it first is Bridgewood. Puck to the net, to the back door, that went wide. That was by Duffy, that went wide. Back up to the point here, looking through the lane. What a save there by Mattern as he knocked it to the corner. This one cleared out of the zone by Rutgers. Cotta in a foot race trying to get to it first. Able to bump a man off the puck as Campbell looking here for Cotta. That one a bouncer. Cotta will pin this to the wall, only for a moment though. Back here to Reagan. He will collect the puck, flips it out. Campbell looking for Cotta, and we're going to get a whistle with 0.7 left to go. As Alessi, I think, is going to go to the box here. .7 seconds left on the clock. Will we have one more face-off, or are they just going to end this? And it looks like they will. So Rutgers will hold on and win 4-2 here over the Farmingdale State College Rams. They get back in the win column, 6-7, 0-1 on the year, trying to get back to 500. Farmingdale fall to 10-5. Their win streak comes to a close at 3 as they fall to Rutgers, and the Scarlet Knights win the season series here against the Rams. Big 4-2 win for the Scarlet Knights as that will wrap things up here for this one. Final shots 43-40 in favor of the Scarlet Knights. But that will do it here for this one this afternoon for our first game of Super Saturday, as we've got some pushing and shoving here. After the handshakes here, getting into it was Albrecht. And the coach is trying to force them off the ice. As Cronin and Mattern will give some handshakes to each other. Both had some pretty good games. Mattern stops 38 of 40. And Cronin stops 39 of 43. But that will do it for this one, as Rutgers win 4-2 here over the Farmingdale Rams here in this one today. But that'll wrap things up here for our first game of Super Saturday here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Make sure to tune in to our next game at 5 p.m. as St. Joe's takes on Georgetown. Louis Pascoli will be on the call for that one. Down in Havertown, PA, at the stadium. But that will do it for this one. Rutgers wins 4-2, the final. My name is Carlo Pascal. Thank you for joining us. You've been watching Rutgers Scarlet Knights ACHA Division I Ice Hockey here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Make sure to stay tuned to the rest of the action here on Super Saturday, and we'll talk to you very soon. Have a good night, everybody.